Oh. Phew. Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. Today is a very special day, you guys, in Nerdy Nummies history because the Nerdy Nummies Cookbook is now available in stores and online. No more pre-ordering. It is here. If you guys don't have a copy, I'll put a link down below. You can get one at nerdynummiescookbook.com and a bunch of other places. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't believe it is actually here. We are holding it. So in celebration of the book coming out, I thought, let's make a recipe from the book. And I was thinking, because the book came out, I have a recipe in the book called Textbook S'mores. This recipe is super easy mode, and it's perfect if you love s'mores. It's a classic s'more recipe with a twist. They look like little textbooks. You can find this recipe in Chapter 6, which is Geeky Treats. You can decorate them to look like any kind of book, whether it's a textbook or your favorite novel, whatever you like. I picked school subjects for this book, so I got poetry, history, arts, math and science, all the good ones. Over here is the step-by-step text, and then this is my favorite part. Every recipe in the book has 6 step-by-step photos. I'm a very visual learner, and I wanted it to feel like an embodiment of Nerdy Nummies and be very visual. So every recipe has these little 6 step-by-steps so you can easily follow along how to recreate these treats. So today we are going to be making textbook s'mores. Let's get started. You know what? Because I got it, I'm just going to follow along with the book. The things you will need will be 3 cups of sugar, 4 packets of gelatin, each pack is 1/4 ounce, a pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 1/4 cup of light corn syrup, and then we have 2 measurements of 3/4 cup of water, 2 cups of powdered sugar, a bunch of graham crackers. You'll also need 12 ounces of milk chocolate, 6 ounces of white chocolate, a square cookie cutter, a sieve, and 2 decorating bags. And I've got some little tips at the end for more control. Now let's put it all together. So I'm gonna put this right down in front of me and get it going. The first thing that we're gonna do to make our homemade marshmallows is we are gonna prep our pans. You're gonna need 2 9x13" pans, preferably metal, but my metal pans are actually being used right now for cake, so it's okay to use glass. So I'm going to be using 2 9x13" glass pans, and you're going to take a little brush and a little bit of oil. I'm just using vegetable oil, and you're just gonna brush the pans. Now you're gonna take 2 pieces of parchment paper and place them into the pans. You'll want the parchment paper to overhang the pan just a little bit, so when you pour the marshmallows in, it won't stick to the pan, it will only be touching the parchment paper. Once you've got your parchment paper inside the pans, now you're gonna take your oil and brush one more time, and you're gonna brush on top of the parchment paper so that the marshmallow won't stick to it because it's super sticky. Now over here we have 1 of the measurements of 3/4 cup of water, our sugar, salt, light corn syrup, a saucepan, a whisk, and a candy thermometer. We're gonna take all of these over to the stove. In a medium-sized saucepan, combine your sugar, corn syrup, salt, and 3/4 cup of water over high heat. Then bring to a boil, stirring the mixture consistently. Once the mixture boils, place a candy thermometer into the pan and continue cooking until the sugar mixture reaches 238 degrees. While our sugar mixture is heating up on the stove, we are gonna make our gelatin mixture over here. It's super easy. You're just gonna add the second measurement of 3/4 cup of water to a bowl. And then sprinkle your 4 gelatin mixtures over the top and let it soften for about 5 minutes. Over here, our sugar mixture is fresh off the stove, and over here we have our gelatin mixture. We are slowly gonna combine the both. We're gonna turn it on, and on a low speed while the gelatin is mixing, we're gonna slowly add our sugar mixture. Just be careful because your sugar mixture is still hot. Now we are going to gradually increase the speed all the way to high until the mixture becomes very firm. This takes about 12 minutes. Lastly, we're gonna beat in the vanilla extract until evenly combined. Ooh, look at that, it looks so good. Homemade marshmallows. Gotta do a quick little taste test. Now I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna pour half of the mixture into this pan and the other half into my second pan. Now you're gonna take your spatula, spread the marshmallow mixture flat. Now we're gonna let it sit out at room temperature for 3 hours to let them firm up and turn into those yummy marshmallows we all love. Once your marshmallows have set, now we're gonna cut out our little marshmallow squares. The first thing that you're gonna wanna do is sift a little powdered sugar over the top of your marshmallows and your work surface. I'm using this cutting board because the marshmallows are very sticky. Look at that, looks like snow. I'll make it snow, I'll make it snow, I'll make it snow, I'll make it thunderstorm. Now we're gonna pick up our marshmallows and flip them upside down on top of our work surface. Ooh. Sometimes they don't want to let go of the parchment paper and you have to say, no, let go, Jack. It's the end of the movie. And again, we're gonna put on one more layer of powdered sugar. I like to dip the little cookie cutter into the powdered sugar just so the edges have a little fine coat. And then we're gonna cut out a square. Just push it down, give it a little jiggle, pop it out. Boop, 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 boop. And now we're just gonna dip the sides into a little bit of powdered sugar. Then you're gonna place it over here on a plate. And you're just gonna cut out a bunch more squares for however many s'mores you wanna make. Now we've got our marshmallow squares cut out, and this recipe makes about 24 of them depending on how thick you make them between the 2 pan batches. And now we are gonna break apart our graham crackers. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break the graham cracker in half. These are gonna be the front and back covers of your book. And then you're also gonna need a spine of the book. So you're gonna break it into quarters. So you're gonna break it in half and then in half one more time. For each treat, you're gonna need 2 of these halves and 1 of these quarters. Now it's time to decorate. This is my favorite part. We are going to assemble and decorate our little textbook s'mores, and we're gonna start with the graham cracker covers. Place it down, and then over here I've melted the milk chocolate. You can heat it up either in the microwave or using a double broiler. I use the microwave. I place it into a plastic baggie fitted with a number 2 tip for a little bit more control, and we're gonna use it as an adhesive because these wouldn't be s'mores if you didn't have some chocolate. Then you're gonna take one of your marshmallows, place it right on there. Now you're gonna take one of your smaller pieces for the spine. Again, you're gonna add a little bit of chocolate and stick it on the side. Now put some more chocolate in the middle. Ooh, and if you like chocolate, you could put a lot. I love chocolate, so I'm gonna put a big glob on here. This one's for me. Place it right on the top. Oh, he's so cute. He's starting to look like a little book. And now we're gonna do this to the rest of your s'mores. Make as many as you'd like. Our s'more books are assembled, and now we're gonna put on some details with our melted chocolate. We're gonna pipe some details on the cover and the sides. What I like to do is first do the cover. Ooh, and you just do an outline all the way around. This is where the number 2 tip really comes in handy to have a little bit more control. And I'm gonna do that to every single cover and then let them sit for about 3 minutes to set. Now we're gonna add 3 lines to the sides. The spine of the book looks just like a little book spine. You can put labels on them to make them look like textbooks, which is what I'm gonna do, but you can also pipe on your favorite book covers and design them however you'd like. So what I'm gonna do is just take my little bag and I'm gonna pipe a little rectangle, and then I'm gonna fill it in, do little zigzags, and spread around the chocolate. I've melted the white chocolate, put it into a decorating bag with a number 1 tip, so I'll have the most control when I'm piping on these little letters, and I'm just gonna pipe them on top of the bar that we just made. Pick any subject you'd like. I'm gonna start with math. Now I'm gonna label the rest of the textbooks. I think I'm gonna do art next. Ta-da! Here are the textbook s'mores that we made today, and again, this recipe is from the official Nerdy Nummies Cookbook. I'm just so excited because today the book is officially out. It's out in stores, it's out online. You can order it online at nerdynummiescookbook.com. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. I'll be taking lots of pictures of these little treats and posting them on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you guys make these, please take a picture and send it to me. I just love seeing your baking creations. I get a big kick out of it. It makes my day. Oh, and if you make these, please use the hashtag Nerdy Nummies Cookbook so that I'll be able to see them and find them and retweet them and favorite them. That would be awesome. And if you have any other ideas for any of the Nerdy Nummies, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to make it happen. All right, thanks again, you guys. Bye-bye.